Hey, I wasn't planning on making a video. I was actually just trying to take a bit of time off after all the videos that I've been uploading. But something happened the other day and I was like quite interested. Or well, it got me thinking at least. And I just kind of wanted to have a little bit of a yap sesh about it. So like many of you, my school year has just recently started and I don't think I need to say anything because I've said it so many times, but I'm an illustration student. The other day, I had one of my lectures, and towards the end of a lecture, one of my other lecturers came in and gave us a talk about AI, which was really, really strange. On our modules now, this year, there is an AI-specific section where the lecturers can choose whether or not they want AI used for certain specifics within that module and within the hand-ins and the assignments. At this point, most of my lecturers, from what I've seen, don't want AI used, like, at all, unless it's like something like Grammarly, you know? They'll allow that. But when it comes to our pieces and our artwork, they're like, we don't really like that, which is understandable. But we had this talk about AI and how it's progressing and what that means for us. And I don't know, I just find it is so strange and it's kind of surreal to see that, you know? You know, last year we were all ranting and raving about how we're afraid that AI is going to take our jobs and there's going to be no need for us artists anymore. And then the next thing, it's practically a part of the curriculum now. Now, of course, we can't just generate an image and then pass it off as our own. We can't do that. I think at the very least, we might be able to use prompts to get inspiration, but that's about as much as we can do. And we have to make sure that we are very, very open about that fact. And we have to ask our lecturers first if that's okay to do. So they are being very careful about it, but it's just the fact that it's even a part of the curriculum now is crazy to me. In another video where I just had a little rant about AI, I had one person in particular who was very mad at me. They were very mad because according to them, I was making everyone who uses AI look bad. What about us who use AI plugins for file extensions or whatever the fuck? What about us who use it for game development to make things easier? What about this? What about that? And I was just like, if you listen to the video, it's only 5 minutes. You know that I wasn't talking about any of that. I was talking about very specifically AI generated images that are being passed off as artwork. That is what I was talking about. But if you want to have that conversation, then fine. I think AI can be good, you know? I think if people used it as a tool, it could be good. Like, for example, if you're having an art block and you don't know what to draw and you just put a couple of words into an AI generator, you get an image that can inspire you. Not something to copy or pass off as your own, but something just to inspire your artwork. That I don't mind. That makes sense. But one of the biggest problems that we have is that people are either using AI and then passing the artwork off as their own and charging people, or they're putting other people's artwork through AI and then passing that off as their own. And also there's the whole issue that AI is trained by other people's artwork. Overall, it is shit, but it can be used for good. I think I saw recently something to do with a breast cancer thing, where AI is now being used to detect breast cancer like 5 years before it actually develops or something. Like, that is cool. That is really cool. I think AI could be used to make jobs easier, allow people to do the fun stuff while AI does all the boring, mundane shit. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening right now. A lot of people are taking advantage of AI and what it can do. My lecturer encouraged us to try out a couple of things on it with AI image generators, and so I was like, okay, let me see. And I gotta be honest, it was kind of shit. Bearing in mind what I used was free. I'm sure that the paid ones are a lot better, but the ones that I used were absolutely awful. All I wanted was to generate an image of food with an eyeball, and it just would not do it. When I tried to generate sweets, like a drawing of sweets, I couldn't make out what the hell was happening. I couldn't make out what I was looking at. At the moment, AI really does have that look that makes you think like, ooh, that was done by a computer, not by a person. And part of me does worry that it's going to get to a point where you can't even tell the difference. I know that sometimes you can't now, but for the most part you can tell. That's mainly why we're not allowed to use it in uni, because they can tell immediately that we've used AI and that it's not our own work. We were also taught about the environmental aspect of it and how it uses up so much energy and it's like bad for global warming and stuff. That was kind of crazy. I don't know if this is like a common term used, but the term that was used in his presentation was that AI can, in quotes, hallucinate, which basically means you give AI a prompt and it creates something completely out of reality. And not because of the prompt you've given them, So, for example, my lecturer, he gave the AI the prompt angry pig. That's all he did. He's like, give me an image of an angry pig. And it did that, and it looked really cool, until you realized it had an elephant trunk coming out of its mouth, and like elephant tusks as teeth. It was very strange, and it was confusing as to why the AI got so confused by such a simple prompt. I do worry about the future of it. I worry about the future of all types of artists, and to be honest, anyone. Because I think if AI can take over artists, it can take over pretty much any job. I'm hoping that's not the case. I mean, I'm hoping that we can just use it as a tool for creativity, a tool for convenience, as opposed to just completely replacing us. It's like with the OO Neko stuff going on right now, right? You will hear from me about that soon, so wait for that. To put it bluntly, to put it vaguely, you know, she passed it off kind of as her own. Not in the sense that she wasn't open about the fact that the music was AI, but the fact that she got paid for it. Like, she monetized it. And when people were like, hey, this is bad, she went on this whole rampage about how using AI is her being her true authentic self. And I don't get that at all. How is using essentially other people's work put into a computer and then shit back out your authentic self? I don't get that. It doesn't make much sense. I mean, again, if you're inspired by it, you're just using it as a tool for inspiration, like the way you would with fucking Pinterest, fine. But that's not what happened. I don't know, I just wanted to tell you about it. It's a part of my curriculum now. It's in universities now, like art-based universities, and that's really nuts to me.